Nice to meet you. My name is Goda. どうも。
Hi everybody, my name is Cindy Suzuki and I am an editor at Tokyopop. I got the honor of translating for Goda-san today. Does anybody have any questions? さっきと同じ似たような質問ですけど、ドームを作った生まれてきた時どういう感じで生まれてきましたか？って質問です。
そうですね。
NHK had approached him to create a character, as their mascot, and throughout the night he was kind of, thinking, what do I do? What do I do? He just started drawing all sorts of different shapes, like squares, circles, triangles, all sorts of different shapes, and that came together as Domo. What happened with Domo, there was an episode, it's kind of set in the prehistoric era. At that time, there was a lot of little creatures that looked just like Domo. They ate a fruit that was really similar to an apple, and that species became extinct. And so to this day, to the modern day and age, one of the last survivors of that, he doesn't want to become extinct, so he will refuse to eat apples. Like, the image wasn't of somebody he personally knew, but NHK had approached him to create this character, and as he was creating it, it actually ended up, starting to look like that man that asked him to create this character.
こういう生き物が
when you think of dog, cat, cow, Domo. So, you have to think of him as his own species, like he was in the prehistoric era, he is a Domo. He said that is a lie, and don't believe it. Do not believe it. Domo actually is a very, magical word in Japanese. It means so many different things. First of all, it means, hello. You could just say domo, means hi when you walk in the room. It also means thank you. When, you're saying, when somebody gives you something, you could just say domo domo. That means thank you. And it also means, goodbye. And it also means kind of like excuse me. It means like a lot of different things. So when you're saying domo, when Domo's saying domo, he's saying all of that at once.
電話してる人がどうもどうもどうもどうもどうもじゃあどうも
When he was thinking of the name of the character, the person on the phone next to him was just saying, "Oh, domo, domo domo." Like, it really means, "Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay, thank you, thank you." So the man next to him was just constantly saying, "Domo, domo, domo," and then he's like, "Oh, okay, well, domo." Okay, Domo personally does not have any plans. Domo is pretty much like a child. Like, it really reminds him of his own childhood when he was just, living every day, exploring new things. And he just really, that's his hopes for Domo, that Domo would forever be that child inside of you. He probably will never say anything but Domo. There was a time that Goda-san actually thought that it would be very convenient if Domo could speak more than his own name. But, I think that's what makes him very special.
Domo.
Exactly.
ドーム以外の言葉を喋ることと口が閉じることっていうのはずっとないと思います。
And you'd also like to mention that, on top of the fact that he's never going to say anything besides Domo, he's probably never going to close his mouth either. He's probably going to remain open for the remainder of his life. He just wants you to really believe that it's believable that a character like this would exist. So you don't really see that many, characters that are pink or turquoise.
いつかするかもしれないですね。でもどうも
perhaps there will become a day where Domo will fall in love, but because he's Domo, it will be in his own special way and maybe not what you guys are thinking. This is the original Domo that they use in all their promotions, what you see here. The one you see on the NHK and the animes, like all the little animation promotions, this is the original one.
ように自由にポーズが取れるように
There's like little pieces of metal in his arm and his legs that make it able to move little by little. And in order to take about, 1 second of footage, he has to move them 24 different times. And so, by the time the day ends, they have 5 seconds of video footage from this. It's December 22nd. It's coming up.
先ほども言ったようにね、
he didn't eat the apple, so he was saved, and he was like he was in an egg, throughout the ages, and he, hatched in modern times. So there could perhaps be other domos, in the world somewhere else that haven't hatched yet. Domo doesn't say much, obviously. And it's kind of up to the person to decide what Domo actually means, by his actions, by his nuances. So it's up to you guys to decide what he's saying, and it's up to like the individual, and that's what he likes about Domo.